Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So I was at a great seminar. I actually talked about this in the last episode called Archangel Summit this past weekend in Toronto. See some of the speakers: Lewis Howes, Damon John, who's from Shark Tank, The People's Shark, Damon John, Danielle Laporte, Simon Sinek, Dr. Shafala Sabari, I think is how you say her name. Some other great speakers as well too, but here's like a common theme that was coming up throughout the speakers. And it's this, and I almost kind of cringe at this, and I'm searching for the words of how to really describe this better, but the importance of self-care. Okay, the importance of taking care of you. And how each of them had stories of what happens when they didn't do that. Health, goes in the tank. They feel like they're just part of this machine in their business. They've kind of lost their direction of who they are and why they're doing this. Damon John was asked a question by Giovanni, who was running the event and created Archangel. And Damon John, if you've seen him, you know who he is, right? Like from Shark Tank. It's called Shark Tank? Yeah, Shark Tank. He created FUBU, the clothing line, and like kind of really cool, subdued, brilliant, very wealthy, very successful. And Giovanni asked him this question. He said, "What was the worst day of your life?" And he goes, "The day that I lost my wife and my kids because I chased success." Now, don't hear this as to somehow money's the root of all evil, because it's not. Money is good. There's nothing wrong with money. But there's stopped being, I'm not going to sit there and try to analyze what happened with him, but he's obviously saying he didn't invest in his children and his wife, and so he lost them, right? Got divorced, and so self-care, and what does that look like, and what does that mean exactly? Well, it can go anything from how you care for your physical health, how you move your body, how you train, the food you put into your body, the sleep you get or you don't, the water you put into your body, right? How you move your body each day, which is how our bodies are designed to be. They're meant for motion and movement. It can be what you meant, like what you put into your mind, right? Are you putting in, mindless, negative TV, stressful shit? Are you getting caught up in negative people on Facebook? Are you around people that just don't really serve you? They're the crabs that are pulling you down in the bucket. What do you put into your mind? What are the thoughts that you have about yourself? And then emotionally, are you really connecting to who you truly are? We're going to go deep on this shit today. Are you really connecting to who you truly are? This work is not easy. I'm recording this a few days prior to when this actually comes out. And my husband, Ed, is heading off to Warrior Week. So, if you've listened to the podcast for a while, especially early ones, I mention Garrett often, but Gary J. White, he founded Wake Up Warrior. And we heard about Garrett about 2.5 years ago. He was on Ed's podcast, and Ed interviewed him, and I listened to the interview, and he blew me away, and I started consuming everything. Ed then went to Warrior Week for the first time in July of 2015. And we started following Warrior's Way even before that, and everything has transformed in our life. Everything. Ed then went back to a 2-day thing they had called Warrior X. Ed was at Warrior Convention. He decided he wanted to go back to Warrior Week again because from when he went before, it's much deeper. It's much, Garrett's level of expansion is fucking massive, and so Ed wanted to go through the experience again. He said, before I did this, I thought it was about business and money. He goes, this time it's different. So I can become a better person, a better husband, a better father, a better me. So how you really care for you, like it fucking matters. And this was, again, the common themes that I heard from me, right? You're always going to hear what you need to hear for you. Or you're going to have a certain way of you listen for things. Like, I can put up a post on Facebook where there's just some like random reference to like motherhood or something, or I don't know, some like small thing. And it's not even the whole point of the message. It's got nothing to do with it. But yet people latch onto that and then they comment on that or at times attack from that. But how you really care for yourself. This last year for me has been a lot of fucking self-care. And again, it's like, I cringe at that word because it sounds so freaking woo-woo, cheese doesn't mean anything. Let's see, what would be a better way of self-care? Same thing with self-love. Or like, quite honestly, I don't know about you, but my mind goes to like masturbation. Doesn't matter, do that, that's a good thing. Like self-love. Love myself. Self-care. What's a better way to really describe this? Giving a shit about yourself. How about that? Knowing that you matter. The habits that you have, the things that you do each day, each week, each month that make you better. The habits of better? The habits of more? I don't know. We'll go back to self-care. Self-care. So let me tell you what it looks like for me. Now, if you were to ask me this 2 years ago, I'd be like, fuck, I don't have time for all that shit. But this is how my day looks now. So I get up about 4:30 and I get up in the morning and I feed my dogs, I brush my teeth and pee. I meditate with a device called Muse for 10 minutes. I then take my dogs out for a walk. I live right across the street from the ocean now. So we'll walk around the beach and around the neighborhood for about 25 minutes. I come back, I journal, I study and read. I send my husband a text of what I love on or appreciate about him. And I go on Facebook and I teach back what I've learned from either that reading or something that's relevant in my life right now. Now, 2 mornings out of those 5, I meet my trainer Rob for boxing. We've been training more like a little later in the morning, just with my schedule, my husband Ed being away. He's a coach, but he also fights too. So he just had a recent fight. So he needed to have some little bit extra sleep. So early mornings were tough for him. So we were doing more kind of midday and late morning. But if there's not any other kind of movement in the morning outside of the walk, then it'll be sometime later in the day. So that is an everyday thing for me. Now, sometimes my little guy's up and I figured a way to get that stuff in or get that in around him. He's getting up. He wants to watch his favorite TV show or something like that. So I'll let him do that as I finish up. But that's how I start my day. And again, 2 years ago, maybe not 2, maybe more like 4 years ago, we've been like, oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Now, other things that I do, I float. I go into a 90-minute, like once a week. It's a sensory deprivation immersion tank where it's got, I don't know, it's something like 1,000 pounds of Epsom salts. You're literally floating in these little pods, little tanks. I get massaged twice a week. I see my chiropractor once a week. I get personal things done like my nails and pedicure and my hair and lashes. Like, these things matter to me. I'm now actually scheduling out my day and getting more refined on how I spend each of my days. And I'm mapping out on Fridays. There's 3 hours of time that's like just for me. It's outside of these things. It's like whatever the fuck I want it to be. It could be that I have some personal appointments during that time. But it's like, it's 3 hours for me. It's scheduled. It'll be a non-negotiable. There's nothing that goes into that time period. Now, the past me would say, well, wait a second. Okay, let me see. So right now I've got between about 9 and 2-ish to work. 5 hours, 5 days a week. 25 hours to work. I can't get all the stuff I need to have done. Oh, and by the way, in that time period, occasionally might be a workout. I have to eat somewhere within their lunch. I'm not able to cognitively go 5 hours and have it be productive time. So there's going to be some little breaks within there. I might go take the dogs out for a quick walk, get some fresh air, come back. I might have some personal appointments during that time period. all sorts of things that can happen in that 5 hours, and it's not just work. And again, the past me would say, well, I can't get all this stuff done. Like, I just can't. I think I'm watching this guy just tried to break into my car. I'm in the parking lot outside of Starbucks. Really, that's interesting. In Victoria. To keep an eye out for this motherfucker. Yep, he just did. He just went to try to, like, open up my car door. There you go. Listen, there's not a lot of self-love happening with this guy, because here's the other piece of this, too, is that when you really care for yourself, like, you show up differently. That investment into you makes you a better mother. That investment into you makes you a better wife. That investment into you makes you better in business and work. But more importantly, you are showing yourself by what you are doing how much that you truly love yourself. Do you know how fucking important that is? We teach that to our children, and so many of us as women don't even feel that about ourselves. That is fucked. And listen, I came to realization it was about a year ago, around this time. It was about October of last year. At that time, I'm 40 now, so at that time, at the age of 47, going like, holy shit, I actually think I truly 100% fucking love myself now. I didn't beat myself up before. I didn't say I suck and I'm this and I'm that. But it wasn't fully there. And maybe it's coming off from this weekend at Archangel and spending time with my kids again. And my husband, basically, we came back, and like 24 hours later, he's on a plane again to go to Laguna Beach. Gone for 5 days. But then this weekend, I'm taking my 2 boys on a plane to Waterloo, West Coast to East Coast. Holy shit. If you believe in God, pray for me. No, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It'll be good. Be good for me to have this experience solo with the 2 kids on a plane, 2 plane rides, long day, 3-hour time zone difference. And then we come back late on the Sunday night, and then Ed leaves Tuesday to go to Boise for a couple days. He's part of something called the Inner Circle with Russell Brunson, his business group. So as I think about the importance of all this stuff, the time that you care for you, it matters. Because really what it comes down to, we're all here on the planet, I believe, to number 1, connect back to who that we truly are. And to also number 2 is to learn how to love ourselves. That happens by connecting back to who you are. Being who you truly are, accepting who you are, loving who you fucking are, embracing who you are. Because our journey on earth is about love. It's about love. It is that fucking simple. It is that simple. When we feel love, we can give love. My youngest, Kai, he is 4 years old. And, Jesus, turn off fucking radio. He is a very special little dude. Very, very loving. Now, we talk a lot about love in our family. So he's also a reflection of, how we show up and what we teach. But so he said to me today, and he said, oh, Mommy, I'm so lucky. Do you know why? And I said, why? He's like, well, because you do, when you tell me that you love me, I feel so lucky. You're just that, what do you say? You're the most mom I could ever, you're the most mommy in the whole world. I think he's kind of saying like best, right? And I said, oh my gosh, Kai, thank you. I love you. I said, when you give me love, my heart gets bigger. But I said, you know what? When I say I love you to you, when I give you love, my heart gets bigger. He's so sweet. He goes, oh, that's so cute. That's so sweet, Mommy. That's so nice. He's 4. One of my little sages. Our purpose here on the planet, this journey, it's love. It's love. And the only way for you to really be in that place, and listen, it's love in different ways to define it. It doesn't have to be way off the woo-woo deep end and just like, I love everybody. No, I don't fucking love everybody. I don't. I keep my love for those that I truly love. I don't love everybody. It's not what it means. You don't have to love everything that's happened. You don't have to walk around like you're fucking high and like, oh, everything's great. No, it's not. That's not what that means. But truly, the essence of why we're here is about love, and there is not a way that can happen if you don't love yourself first. And if you have massive love for others, but you don't have love for yourself, you're a walking fucking contradiction. You are, I'm going to say this with love, you're a motherfucking hypocrite. You love yourself. You want to teach your children about love? You love yourself. You want to teach your children about acceptance? You accept yourself. You want to tell your kids, your husband, the people you influence in your life that they are enough as they are? Then you better fucking tell yourself that first and believe it. Own it. This is the way that we shift things on the planet. It's not about finding new politicians. It's not about creating new laws. It's not about protesting. You fucking love yourself fully. You will show up in the world differently. You will express your greatness the way that it needs to. You will show up in your best possible way. That is how we shift and make change. It starts with love. You got to love yourself first. So here's your more tip for today. I want you to write down the top 10 things that you love about yourself. Top 10 things. Because for some of you, you're in a real place of self-loathing, not self-loving. Self-loathing. You beat yourself up. You bring out the 3 hammers that I talk about. Guilt, blame, and shame. And you are really good at beating the snot out of yourself with those 3 hammers on a daily basis. So you're going to write down the top 10 things you love about yourself. I don't care if it's about your physical body, it's how you show up. There's no right or wrong to do this, but 10 things that you love, like truly love. Don't be fucking sarcastic. I love that I'm such an asshole. Like, don't do that shit. Don't do that. What are the top 10 things that you love about yourself? And write those down. And that is just for you. And if for a lot of you, if that's where you need to start to really understand of what it means to love yourself and to truly fucking own that, then you start there. The top 10 things that I love about myself are, list them 1 to 10. Now, as I record this podcast, there are currently 7 or 8 copies left of the Woman Wanting More limited edition journals that I'm giving out for free. Simply because you're listening to this podcast, simply because I love and appreciate you, and I don't want there to be any damn excuses as to why you can't journal. I'm going to fucking send you one. You just take care of the shipping, sister. That is it. And that journal is on me. I'm actually, these first few rounds, I'm actually personally sending them out. My love is all over that journal. Sending it out. So here's what you need to do. Now, there's 7 or 8 left. So you're either going to get to this website, which is drkarenosborne.com/free journal. So drkarenosborne.com/free journal. You're either going to get there and get a chance to get one of the last ones, or you're going to see hey, we're sold out. Enter in your email to make sure you get on round 2. Okay, so because I've only released this right now to the Woman Wanting More sister. Well, I did this on the last podcast, so just recently too, within the Woman Wanting More tribe. But I only released it to a group coaching program I have called the Sisterhood, and a free Facebook group, which is, you're not there, you need to go into Facebook right now, put in the search bar, Women Wanting More Experience. Women Wanting More Experience, that's the name of the free Facebook group. It's almost 600 women in there right now. And I've put it out to them as well, so they've gotten snatched up quickly, but there still are a handful left. And if not, then you can get on the wait list to get in for round 2. So that's at drkarenosborne.com/free journal. I want you to go there right now, and I will send that journal to you in the next few weeks. So I will talk to you in the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you need to begin to start loving and appreciating yourself, sister.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosburn.com/newsletter.